What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to this episode of G4 Outdoors. Today I'm going to go over the CSX. I want to tell you just what a piece of garbage it really is.
Well, here's a little story about two friends that came together, and we started up a YouTube just to talk about whatever. We're on a boat catching big bass and smashing them cats, from review videos to just making you laugh. Cause we got guns, we got knives, we got fishing, we got hunting, we got everything you like, so hit that subscribe button. We're in the outdoors, doing things that we love. We're talking guitars, girls, green grass, and guns.
No, I'm really not going to, but I do want to go over some of the concerns that a lot of people have over this. And that's being the trigger. Another thing that people are complaining about is the front strap. I don't think it's a problem. It's, guys, if your back strap was a little bit wiggly, would you really complain about that, or are you just complaining about this front strap because of other videos you've seen? This front strap, there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. If you really try, if you really try, you can feel a little bit of a wiggle in it. And let's just say it does fall out. You can glue it on. I know that's not what it should be, but it's just part of the game. It's plastic. It's held in here by plastic tabs. And if you drop it, you're bound to break something, but I can almost guarantee you, just by shooting this gun, it's not going to break on you. All right, now the biggest flaw that I know that everybody has seen, and I'm sure talked about, looked into the comments of other people's videos of one of the worst problems about the CSX, and I don't really find it a problem myself. I did start to notice what everybody was talking about after my original video, and it's kind of starting to become aware to me of what people are actually talking about, and that's the false reset on the trigger. Now, my first range day out here, and the reason why I wasn't thinking about that is because I understand trigger discipline. I'm sure you've seen some other guy shooting this in the dead of winter, way too cold out, not too cold, but it was too cold out. He had on thick-ass gloves, and yeah, he's got valid points, but I don't appreciate the video. I don't think that he fully went into what's going on. That just said it's a shitty trigger and moved on. I don't want the whole audience to believe that this is a crappy trigger, because it's absolutely not. And I'll go into deep detail here and show you exactly what's going on. It's a little bit windy, so I don't think that the noises of this trigger are actually going to come through, but I will show you about it. Okay, I will try and show this and demonstrate this to the best of my ability. We're going to drop the slide. Now, the initial trigger firing, you can see it has a little blade right here, and about a 1/16 of an inch take up. There's nothing wrong with that portion of the trigger. Let's go ahead and fire it. Now you have a standard somewhere around 5-pound trigger, and that's a good trigger for self-defense. You don't want to go too light, get an accidental discharge and shoot somewhere you're not wanting to be shooting. But here's where a lot of the negativity is coming in. So false reset. I'm going to let this trigger out and go in different stages. Okay, right here, there is a definite click. It should, if you know what you're doing, if you shoot off of reset, this is going to cause you a problem. And I understand that. I really do understand that. But if you're, you know what, and I don't even think that's for fast shooting. I think that if you're shooting targets, you're going to feel that. You're going to feel that little let go, and you may believe that that is a reset. But there is another stage to that, and that's out there. So we have what people are calling a false reset, which it's just a bump. Let's say you have a trigger that you don't like. When you pull that trigger, you go through different stages of that trigger. all of the mechanisms that are up top, your safety, your sear pin release, you know, all of this stuff that goes along with a sloppy trigger. This has a sloppy reset. So let's get back in here. And we have one click. And then there's I hope you heard that one. There's an actual reset out there. So false and reset. Now yes, when you hit that false one, and I just think that if you know what you're doing with guns, that you would know the difference between this little bitty false set in here, and look how much of the trigger is moving, please. It's not coming out all the way. So if you know where your wall is to begin with, and where that trigger should break, you should know that you need to release it back out to the reset. But yes, there is a little bit of slop in this reset. But overall, it's a great gun. I think that people are crying a little bit too much about this front grip. It's a plastic insert. So is this. This is a plastic insert. Is it a big deal? Sure. I just think that people are overthinking this front strap and this trigger. Firing!
Go for it.
That's a 12-round magazine, completely full. Now, if we were in a self-defense situation and you want to rack these rounds out, not one single hiccup in that trigger. And I think that if you treat this gun the way it's intended, you're not going to get that bad reset out of it. So overall, I'm still happy with the CSX. Sure, there's a couple of things in here that could be replaced. What will be awesome is when they come out with a performance center of this gun. It's going to be spot on. Aftermarket triggers, when those aftermarket triggers come in, it's going to be spot on. Of course, it can use some improvements. This is just the first run. I'm still not going to tell people not to go out and buy it because of that, because it's a great gun and I love it. So I hope that the trigger explanation and video of this sheds some light on the subject. And if it did, and if it helped you out or persuaded you on making your purchase, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I just dream of fishing while I'm going through my workday. I listen to my boss, though he's driving me berserk. Damn it, I can't take much more because my brain is really hurting. And now the bank is always calling and I don't know what to do. And I haven't bought a crankbait since like 1992. But the bass are out there schooling.